Hi, I'm Joe Lindley. I'm with cravingsugar.net, and the topic of this video is sugar, the worst food you can eat. And I have to give credit to Dr. Andrew Weil for this idea. He did a video called The Worst Diet You Could Take or Be On, and I thought it was a pretty good way to make a point. And what I'm trying to do here is make a point about how bad sugar is for you. And so what I've come up with was 7 different things that are true about sugar that together pose a pretty strong statement that it's something you should not have in your life. So here they are, 7 points. Number 1, it would eventually cause us bodily harm, but not so quickly that we would notice it. And that is very true. You have sugar every day for years and don't notice anything at all. And all of a sudden, your weight starts creeping up. Before you know it, you have some issues. So it's very slow and gradual. Number 2, it would taste very good. Well, that's of course true with sugar. How many food items do we just love that are chock full of sugar? And actually there's a lot of sugar in many of the entrees we eat because it makes the food more attractive to us and more tasteful. And number 3, it would be addictive. And that is very true. In fact, alcohol and sugar have very similar molecular makeups. It truly is addictive. How many parents are keeping the children off sugar so that they can maybe, hopefully, not go into the same sort of addictive behavior the parents had with sugar when they got older. Number 4, we'd feel good directly after eating it. And that is very true. You eat a nice donut and you feel kind of good, pepped up, ready to go. Very true. And then the 5th one, you'd feel pretty bad after a while, and that's true. You eat something that's very sweet, and a couple hours later, all of a sudden you're really hungry again. You're almost shaking, ready to bite somebody's head off unless you get something to eat. Well, that's a sugar low that follows the sugar high that you had when you had the sugar. It's a bad cycle because that sugar low draws you to get something else to eat and have more sugar. Number 6, it would quietly and gradually make us fatter, which would lead to health condition risks for heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and even Alzheimer's. And that is very, very true. Everybody is beginning to realize that sugar is the culprit behind our current epidemic of obesity. We've got to do something about it. And number 7, it has associated with it a particularly difficult condition, and it's actually called metabolic syndrome. That means that once you get into this metabolic syndrome stage, it's rather difficult to reverse the condition. You tend to get heavier and heavier and increase your risk even more for diabetes, heart condition, cancer, and so forth. And so doctors, when they find that someone's close to metabolic syndrome, they start working with them even harder to try to reverse that early. And sugar bears that kind of negative effect. So that's the last one. So anyway, you put these 7 points together, and it's a pretty strong statement that sugar can be pretty bad for you. It's worthwhile really considering it in your life and considering what you can do to get off of it. In thinking about this, I remember that my wife and I, for many years, we still say this today, if we want something really sweet, we say, I want something sweet, sinful, you know. And little did we realize that that really is probably a good term to use for sweet. It is sinful. It's really bad for your body and your system. So I'd hope that you can take this as some help in maybe doing something about it. So anyway, that's the message for today. I appreciate you listening in, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.